Welcome to the Enjoy Life podcast. This podcast is about enjoying our lives by making the best of our current situation and being able to choose our mindset, our goals, and our actions so that we can guide our lives to go in the directions that we want it to go. Well, in this podcast, I'm going to share with you information that I've learned just through personal experience, which, my mistakes and failures, as well as some of the successes too, obviously. And some of the things I learned from a little bit of formal education and with working with people to make positive changes in their lives. These are things that I'm trying to do in my life because it wouldn't be right for me to share things that for you to do that I'm not willing to do myself. Now, by no means am I perfect or have everything just right. I'm human too. So some of the things I'm going to share with you are things that I'm trying to do or I'm still working on improving, but it's still valuable information because if it can benefit me, then it might be able to benefit you too. I'm glad you're here and listening in. Just make sure that while you're listening in, you're storing things away that you can take action on to be able to move forward and take your life in the direction that you want it to go. Once again, I'm glad you're here, and let's get started. Hello there. This is Nick Mazie. This is the Enjoy Life podcast. I got episode 90 today, and that's kind of great. Done a few podcasts before in the past, and we got some higher numbers as far as episodes go. But I'm really excited about this one being episode 90. It's just one of those things that I love sharing this podcast and my thoughts and the things that I'm passionate about with you. I hope it's helpful to you. I hope you're taking some action on these things so that you can guide your life to go where you want it to go, so that you can enjoy your life. That's what it's all about. And enjoying life is not about being selfish and that you're only doing things for yourself. It's just about living a life that you can be proud of. It's not about only enjoyment. But, I see enjoying life as being one of those things that, if I do the things that I can be proud of, that I'm glad that I've done, some of them are hard work and they're not all times the most pleasant. But the fact is that when I'm happy with what I've done, that is a good life. And I enjoy that. And that's what this podcast is about. So today I'm actually going to share with you some of the things that I shared at this graduation ceremony that I was just in for a leadership development program I did through my work. So it's not all about just enjoying life. It's actually on leadership. And I think that it relates because we're talking about choosing our mindset, goals, and actions, to guide our lives to go the direction we want it to go. So this podcast is about. Well, a lot of that is, it's related to leadership. When we are able to lead our lives in a way that people want to support us, and we can have a common goal and we can work well with each other. There's a lot of value in that. And it's going to help to achieve goals and do great things. So let me go ahead and share with you a little bit of what I shared, about my leadership experience. The first thing I talked about was, taking full advantage of an opportunity. There's only certain times opportunities come up in life. I think there's a lot of them, but if we don't take advantage of them, if we don't, take full advantage and do the best we can in those situations, then they're just going to pass us by. And I think it's worse than just that we miss that one opportunity. The less that we take advantage of opportunities, I think the less we end up seeing them, because we won't be able to identify a new opportunity coming up because we failed to act on so many of them that we just assume that no, it's not really an opportunity. And where I kind of started with this was my uncle told me a long time ago that inaction is fatal. So I went to him and I was asking him for advice. He was really successful in business, and I'm trying to make good choices with my life and my career. So what do? Well, you go to people that are knowledgeable in the areas that you want to learn about. And so I talked to him. I ask him for advice on stuff all the time. In fact, a little bit of a side note, I just got a great box filled with books from his bookshelf that I was able to kind of pick out the last time that I went to go see him. And so we're probably going to have more material in the future from some of the books that he shared with me. In fact, he threw some extra ones in there that weren't even on my radar. So I look forward to sharing with you even more great wisdom and insight that my uncle has been able to either pass on directly or guide me to find. But you got to take full advantage of your opportunities that come up. And that's one thing I wanted to do in this leadership development program. And I encourage you to do that too. If you see an opportunity in your life, take advantage of it. It doesn't mean that everything's going to work out perfect. It probably won't. That's life. But you learn, you improve, you develop, you grow all along the way because you took advantage of the opportunity. If you decide to sit on your couch, when that opportunity is gone, you'll be no better off. In fact, you'll probably be worse off than had you tried something, learned, and it didn't work out. Then you'll at least have grown and developed and improved. You had a new perspective or some way that you benefited from that situation. There's that great saying, there's no loss, there's only learning. Well, you learn from opportunities you take that don't work out, and you win from the opportunities that you take that do work out. Now, directly related to the leadership, these are 3 characteristics that I learned from my mentor throughout my leadership development program, and I want to share them with you. Well, the first thing is, a leader can cast a vision. All right, so this has to do with goals. The leader sets goals, and you have to set goals if you want to achieve them. But when you're working, when you want to lead, you want to be a leader, you have to set those goals and relate those goals to the people that you want to help you. If you're a supervisor, then relate your goals to how they help out your subordinates. If you're not a supervisor, then still relate your goals to the people that you want to help you. Because believe me, when you get people together, when you can cast that vision that's meaningful to other people, and you work together toward a common goal, then you can achieve some great things. And even if your goal is more of something that's for you, there's probably going to be other people involved. Even if you're the one that has to do all the work. If it's a health goal and it's up to you to do it, you might, if you have a family member or a friend, then talk about your vision to them, and how it's going to help you to be a better person. Because people that care about you want you to be as good as you can be for you. So relating your goal to other people can be very helpful. You can even bring people in on this goal. Maybe it's an accountability partner. Maybe it's somebody that lives in your household, and you're talking about the different food that you're going to eat or the different foods you're going to eat for your meal planning, or different groceries that you're going to get. And if you can relate your goals to the big picture goals, the bigger goals, the things that are really important, that'll help you to cast your vision in a way that will help keep you moving toward it, as well as getting the support from other people too. And the next thing that a leader does is a leader partners with people. So this is kind of related to the casting of the vision, but it's something that I really learned by watching how my mentor partnered with other people so that I could have the leadership development program experience, so that I could best benefit in the best possible way for me, my career, and my own development, was by him partnering with other people. So if you want to be a leader, then partner with people, because let's face it, you're human. You can't do it all. I definitely can't do it all. And so I have to partner with anybody if I want to make any great strides going in any direction. We all have strengths and weaknesses too. And when you partner with other people, this is a great way to be able to take advantage of their strengths and weaknesses. When I was saying earlier on about, asking my uncle for advice and guidance on certain things, he has certain strengths. And some of them are just related to the experience that he has and in the situations that he's learned from. And, I can learn from that. I need to partner with him, to be able to, ask him for some of his help in some of the areas that he does have strength, so he can convey that information to me. When you partner with people, it might just be asking for a little bit of advice and guidance, some suggestions from someone who's successful in an area that you want to be successful in. And that could be a way to partner with them. Maybe you have a goal, for either your life or that impacts other people, and getting other people involved would help you out. You got to partner with people, play to their skill sets, as well as your own. And when you cast your vision well, it'll help inspire people to join in on your cause, whatever it is. And also when you partner with people, it shows that you care, and that's huge. And then the last kind of area that I was going into as far as leadership, and by no means is this a comprehensive list of the characteristics of a leader. Before I talk about this very last topic, if you do want better leadership advice and guidance and information, you can go to nickmazy.com/books. And there's a few books on there from John Maxwell. Or you can just Google John Maxwell. I think I've read a few more. I need to add them to my book list. But if you go to nickmazy.com/books, that's where I got at least a handful of the books that I've read that I found very helpful. And there's more stuff on leadership and personal development and being the best that you can be on there in those books. And those are the true subject matter experts. This is just what I'm sharing from my own personal experience. right. So the last area that I wanted to talk about, and when I gave my little talk, and that I'm going to share with you today, is treating people well. If you want to be a leader, treat people well. And how I define that kind of is you care about them. You're kind in what you say. You care about them, and you genuinely care about them and their well-being. You're honest. And sometimes being honest isn't necessarily saying the most pleasant thing, but if somebody asks you something, being honest in a caring way. We're not going to be mean, but you can be honest and caring. And lastly, and certainly not last, is or least, is acting with integrity. When you act with integrity, it shows that you care about other people. And this is huge. It's so easy to, or sometimes you don't realize until after the fact and it's too late. But sometimes when somebody doesn't act with integrity, there's just an icky feeling that you get that something's off, or it's just blatantly obvious that something's off, and it's even worse. But if you want to be a leader, treat people well by caring about them, being honest, and acting with integrity. And you're going to partner with people so that you can work together toward a common goal for everyone's benefit, playing to each other's strengths and skill sets, and casting that vision to inspire people to join in, to work together too, and relating, and bringing them in on the process so that you can relate your goals to how it benefits others. All right. There's just a few points that I learned in a recent experience that I had, and I wanted to share them with you. Pick something from all of that and commit to doing it in your life. And if you're already doing it, just do it to the best of your ability. Learn something new. Maybe you didn't get anything out of that, and then you can go to nickmacy.com/books, and there's plenty of books there that offer a ton more knowledge and information than I have, but they've definitely helped me. All right. Thanks for listening to today's episode. Hope you enjoy it. If you do enjoy this podcast, it'd be a huge help if you'd go out there and rate it. I don't know if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher or any other place, but if you would give a podcast rating, it'd be a huge help. If you can't find it on the device or app you're listening to, you just go to nickmacy.com/iTunes, and that's a powerful platform. That's the Apple Podcast platform it'll take you to. And if you rate it on there, it'd be a huge help in helping other people find it. All right. Thanks for listening. Take care. I'll talk to you again soon.